Hey, Hakim.
Hey Tim, how you doing, buddy?
Very good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Had a good weekend yourself?
Ah, really amazing. Yeah, I just finished. I came back from my girlfriend's place, so life is
Oh
good.
yeah, cool. What time is it? You're an hour ahead, right? In Netherlands.
It's
About
3 p.m.
three. Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
and
Yeah,
you're
it's
in
2 o'clock. Yeah.
England, right?
hmm
Yeah, I heard it a
Yeah.
little bit on the accent.
Yeah. So this AI
Yeah,
idea that you have, I'm so interested to hear about it.
yeah, that's an interesting one. Like a little bit of a backstory, then we're kind of leaning into the AI
Cool.
later on.
Yeah.
I'm electrical engineer by education, so that's my background. Very data driven. Then I started like working as an electrical engineer, basically. Then I
Yeah.
started working, and then I felt overwhelmed by all of the emails, information, documentation, like the whole shebang.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Then I started leaning into the getting things done system, action management. How does you clean out your email box and stuff like that? Then I quit my job there, like focused on that action management fully.
Uh,
Took another job and really excelled upon that, like really had everything in control. And then I
nice.
started more leaning into information and insight management,
Yeah.
um, like different software packages and all of that kind of stuff. And now I'm relatively very big in the second brain methodology. So
Uh-huh.
Notion, storing the information, like automating the whole thing, make it as easy as possible, findable and congestible.
Uh,
And that kind of led me more and more into mindfulness, basically, as well.
Yeah.
So, like, I had my very negative past. I was very angry in the world, very.
Uh,
And using the productivity system and methods, it kind of led me to explore my own limiting beliefs and kind of process my traumas.
yeah.
So that was a very fun exercise, and I'm still actively processing stuff.
Yeah.
um, and that kind of led me into like building that second brain methodology for myself, and now I'm teaching that to other people. So I'm learning how to like give workshops, get over the fear of being recorded, and stuff like that. That has been
Yeah.
going on for the last couple of months. Um, so now imagine that you have that second brain methodology available for yourself. Um,
Can you just quickly describe the second brain methodology? Because I'm not sure I'm familiar with it.
it's basically just a digital external system that you organize it in such a way that you can find all of your information back, such as which kind of actions do you need to do in life, like what kind of bank statements do you have, what kind of finance do you have, the projects that you're working on, the contact list that you have,
Okay.
like all of that data combined into
There's
basically
like
what Google is doing.
life and work sort of organized.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
it's basically similar as what Google is doing, but the biggest
Huh.
challenge or the biggest difference there is Google is doing it from top down. So it creates software and then it uses or it asks user to use the software.
Yeah.
And I do it from the bottom up, as in I start from the
Yeah.
individual. I'm teaching you guys the methods and then
Yeah.
letting it grow from there. Because
Yeah.
everyone has like different stuff that they like and importance.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of the backbone of the software. Like I'm teaching people
Yeah.
that. I still need help
Yeah.
with accelerating that, but um, and on the other hand, what if you have an AI, sort of like a personal assistant, that can add all of those details in your second brain, and that you can ask your kind of like previous version of yourself all of the stuff that you have learned in the past, and you can
Yeah.
ask it questions and then getting like a result from there. It's like accelerated self growth, self development.
Mm.
So that's kind of my
Mm.
backstory. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
there are a lot of more ideas, but like this is what's coming out now.
It's really cool how you said you could ask sort of your previous version of yourself to help you identify how far you've come. That's very cool.
Yeah. And I must admit,
Okay.
before I kind of like get you to talk, because it's important to mention, I recorded this previous
Oh,
thing.
cool.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's kind of like I'm recording myself because now I just said something really valuable that I didn't ever said in such a way, and now I'm
Yeah.
using that to build a system.
Yes, 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 yes. Makes
So
sense.
it's the I
Yeah.
don't know if you believe um, in channelers.
What do you mean? Yeah,
Um,
mediums.
yeah, medium. So like Abraham Hicks that is communicating with something like them, a group, and then she's channeling
Yeah,
that information.
yeah. I do.
I feel like that I'm doing that as well, but I'm
Yeah.
combining that with that second brain methodology. And I kind of
Okay.
learned to channel.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Cool.
I really think that like I really think this is like out of the ordinary new level of being. To be honest.
Do you feel like by the way that you're connecting with your higher self or other entities?
I do feel more energy and I noticed that I speak more from like here. In the
Yes,
past my consciousness was more here. And I'm like this.
yes, 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 yes.
So
Yeah.
that
Cool. That's cool. No, I definitely, as in there is, it's tricky to say that science does show that or prove it, but there are signs, there are some research that actually shows that there is something beyond and we are actually connected to it. So there's, it's a bit off topic, but there's a really cool experiment where they had a group of participants. They're sitting at a computer screen and they have images coming up every 6 seconds, and it'll be like either or like extremely scary or extremely beautiful and cute. And what they found was that the heart rate, it if there was a really scary, really disturbing image about to come up, the heart would react before the person would see it, like a good few seconds before. I actually found out it was up to 20 seconds before when they elongated the time in between the actual images coming up. But what they found was their heart reacted significantly earlier than the participants saw the images, and it's just proof that there is something that we're connected to across time. Um,
wow.
yeah, and it's funny because they say the signal comes from the heart, not from the mind, not from the gut. The intuitive feeling, it comes from the heart, which is really cool. Which is very very cool. The
Yeah.
the company I found that through was called Heart Math. If you ever want to look into it, Heart Math.
Heart map. I don't know them. I do know the
Yeah. Yeah.
three minds or the three brains, the
Okay. Yeah.
MRI,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and that's kind of
Yeah.
similar
Yeah.
on that one. But they
Yeah.
do like mention that the gut is the core because that's every living organism kind of needs a digestive system first before it can have anything else.
Ah. Ah. Not even the heart.
Not even the heart, because there are cells that don't have a beating clock, but they do have a processing mechanism
Oh.
of like food
Yeah.
and like even photosynthesis, for example,
Yeah.
is in a certain way a digestion system.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Like
You're
the
right.
3 MIQ of the 3-bit is the one. Like really interesting.
Mm.
Um,
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
yeah,
Okay. So a bit off topic there, but yeah. Okay. So this. So you're trying to take the second brain methodology and just make it cleverer through the use of AI. Make it more intuitive to use, easier to use.
yeah, yeah, and that's the kind of it's kind of like the backbone of the software program that I'm developing or want to develop. Because it's not there yet, and there are like stuff, but like I
Yeah.
really want to like team up to build that stuff. And on the other hand, I want to train people to start using it in a certain way because I
Yeah.
noticed that there is a lot of like belief systems and struggles that's holding people back from doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm using like coaching and like really deep level of David Hawkins basically, to kind of like look
Mm.
into that fear and then solving them and then inviting them to actually write them down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's like the both, like the very logical mind and then the very emotional mind. It's kind of
Yeah.
like collapsing.
Came across a really beautiful quote yesterday for fear. I hadn't heard before, and I love quotes. The guy said, oh, no, I wrote it down. I'm going to read it because I'll butcher it if I try and
Yes.
say it from memory. It is right here. Okay. Fear, fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. It looks like an ocean that you could step into and drown, but when you take that first step, you find it's not deep at all. Take that first step and you find it's just an illusion. You can walk through it with ease. But when he
Oh.
describes it as a mile wide and an inch deep, and it looks like an ocean, but it's not. Like I was like, wow, that's so true because people are like they just see have this image in their minds and it just scares the crap out of them. But when they dive into it, they find out, oh, it's actually not what I thought. Yeah, that was a beautiful analogy. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Really amazing. I'm
Yeah.
happy that you mentioned it in the recording because now I can like rewatch it
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah,
write
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
down.
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
really good.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, as in, oh, it's beautiful. There's so many quotes out there that really capture what sometimes it's difficult to articulate. And when you find it, you're like, yes, that's exactly it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. So you've you're setting up the framework currently to have the second brain set up without the AI. That's your
Yes.
current target.
Yeah.
And then you want to plug in the AI as a like a input system.
Yeah, in a certain way, but I'm not actually creating the software. Like that's not my
Yeah,
main focus. But I'm
yeah,
teaching a group of now 12 people. I'm going to start the 26th with
nice.
creating their own brain dump, with their own second
Yeah,
brain,
yeah,
based on like certain um, methods, databases, database connections. Like
yeah,
I'm going to create that for all of them all at the same time to kind of like
yeah,
test case all of the scenarios. But in the meantime, I'm going to duplicate my own new version basically, like combining all of those preferences of all of the different people. So later on,
yeah,
you have like one software package where different people can say, ah, I kind of want this part, I kind of want that part, I kind of want that part. And then
yeah,
unlocking different versions from that main source. As a
yeah,
template, they can build themselves as well, but as a template.
yeah. Yes, understood. So it'll be sort of like a modular system where that they can customize to fit their own preferences, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
almost a level of gamifying. If you're
Yeah,
playing the level hard enough, then you unlock yourself a new level.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. What are you basing it off? What system? What programs are you currently using? What?
Notion is a big one for me. I have my action
Yeah.
and my information management in there. And then
Yeah.
there's a software, Obsidian, that I use my insight management.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I remember. That's another note
Yeah,
platform. Note
it's node
platform.
based, and you see like a star map with all of the different dots connected towards each other.
Mm.
So it's real
Yes.
helpful
I
for
remember that.
insight
Yeah. Yeah.
management.
Cool.
So
Cool.
that one and just ChatGPT, Calendly, like all of the practical things. But
Can do you know? Have you looked at the APIs behind these platforms?
sorry, say that again.
API. Do you want familiar with APIs?
I know it a little bit, as in the communication between two softwares, but not in detail.
Yes. Yes. So I'm just wondering how you would be able to get an AI system like chat or anything equivalent to interact with the data on these platforms.
Yeah.
But I
Uh,
think they're big enough to have an API.
yeah, and in America they have something like almost similar. Like they gave an AI access to the database. You can already do that in America.
Hmm.
it was asked Q&A, I think.
Okay. Okay. Notion is good. Obsidian. No. What was it?
Yeah,
Obsidian.md. Oh,
Obsidian.
yeah, yeah.
And that's like the star map with most of the time like different colors. Like a lot of students use it for research nowadays.
Yeah, I remember coming across it once. I was like, wow, okay, I was very impressed. Okay, cool. Well, as in those two platforms
Yeah,
have APIs, so it would be easy to plug in any system.
yeah. And
Cool.
like the level beneath that, like in the ideal situation, you want to have something that you can fully trust. So I don't even fully trust my Notion, but something
Mm,
like very local, like this is my black box, this is my opportunity, my like mine.
mm,
Because a lot
yeah,
of fear is still on data breach, like leakage, stuff that we are ashamed of, our um,
yeah.
stuff that we hide. There's a lot of shame on still so many levels.
Yes, 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 yes,
Um,
yes.
so in the ideal situation, I kind of want to use Notion as a test driver, and then make
Yeah.
something fully on CSV files, just like basic, that has full potential freedom of that user.
As in CSV files on your local system.
Um, could be
Or
a cloud as well, but at least not like a company of as Notion. Like make the gap as or the data as pure as possible, if that makes sense.
yeah. Well, if it was your own company with your own database, would your users be happy with that in the same case? Or
No, I don't think that this would be something that you need to um, offer as a
mm,
service. Let me say it differently, like as a, but this is just like this is my black box. Like it could be
yeah,
just connected to one laptop. It's fully secure. It's your laptop. That's it. If you want to,
I see. I see.
or with an
Okay.
internet connection or not, like cloud based. That's later on. But what I noticed is if you truly give people the freedom of not having any cell phones around, being in nature, like with the fireplace, like um, a real safe place where they can truly be themselves. Like new layers like appear, and then they propel themselves 10 times right away
Mhm,
because they can like truly lean into that level.
mhm.
And that's why that data
Yeah.
security is such an important one just for the individual to lean into the acceptance of the self.
Okay. So what are your
Sorry.
thoughts around the AI then? Because the AI would have to be running online, and if it has access to the data, then
Yeah, and I know
effectively, then there's no privacy of the data.
not yet, but maybe there is in 3 years or in 4 years. Because I know that Apple is already like creating chips that the AI can fully work in
But
automatically.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
maybe not now, but this will come.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
like preparing ourselves so without like only looking at now what's available.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like okay, if we create that background, is if it's so quick, so smart, or so
Yeah.
like secure, then
Yeah.
perhaps we can add an AI without internet connection to it, based on
Yeah.
security measures and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yes, which I definitely think is possible one day for sure. Okay.
And
Okay.
and to be honest, I kind of like need to almost like coach people within the military or stuff like that. Like help like old veterans help process their PTSD.
Yeah. Yeah.
This goes so deeply.
Yeah. Yeah. It would. Hmm. Cool. All right. So how, as in, if there's any room for me to help, depending on how this pans out, I'd be very interested to consider it, depending on where I am with on projects too. So how about we do this? As you build this out, you'll have a much better idea of how the system will look. When you're working with these 20 clients that you have, and how they prefer to use it, et cetera, and what functionalities they'd want, and what. control everyone. When you're at a point where you know, okay, this is what your MVP, what your product will look like. How about you share that map, and then I can let you know if it's something I can help build, or like even like even just plug the API into it, or we can just sit down and discuss like even if you just want like someone's thoughts. Right? I think that'd be a really cool place to jump on another call.
Yeah, I do have something I can show you a little bit about that. Like very, very, yeah, sketchy, like a rough sketch.
Yes.
Um, because that would be like the software building itself, like only that software package.
Yeah.
And your are you skilled in Notion yourself?
I love using Notion, but I haven't for a while.
Okay. Yeah, but you know the
Yeah.
basics as in like
Oh
link
yeah, yeah, yeah,
tables
yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
all of that reference and calculation
Yes,
stuff.
yes, 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 yes. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if I
So
need to like explain that to someone, then it's like ah.
oh yeah, yeah. No, so I'm like a huge techie. So I found Notion beautiful to use, like very, very easy to use. But like I'm what you call a full stack designer technically. So I can design the architecture for a database, build a database, connect, or design like the brain for it, the backend system that reads, processes, stores the data, and then I can design and connect it to a front end user interface. I can design a user interface that users interact with. That's why I'm actually, even though I love everything and I'm well known for being strong in all areas, what I'm really well known for, because it's such a kind of rare skill to have, is the UI UX, user interface, user experience, making the interface really easy to use. So the user doesn't have to think about it; it's pretty intuitive. And then from there, like even the branding and all of that, and then marketing it. So I'm familiar with like the crazy logical stuff and all the creative stuff. So
Wow,
Notion, like, yeah, it's beautiful when I dived into it. Yeah.
that's really amazing. Like I kind of need to rewatch the episode to like actually understand actually what you said, like because
Okay.
last
Okay.
it's like okay, that's been a while. That's it's like what?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
So if you actually look up full stack designer, it's so full stack developer is a more common term, but that's because I've both through development and the design. Full stack design is like a not so common term, just because not many people do it. But you'll find definitions for it, which will help you understand it a little better, I think.
that's
Yeah.
so interesting.
Yeah.
Because what was your specialty? The combination of being a designer and a developer. That's
Yes.
the specialty. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. That's
Yeah. As
powerful.
I kind of started coding when I was 11, which is why I've been able to essentially master all these different areas, because I started off with the most basic stuff, and I was like, but it'd be so useful if I could do this as well. Oh, it'd be useful if I could do this as well. And then I kind of just picked it up over the years.
Yeah,
With you, when you have that much time and the passion for it, because I didn't see it as work, I loved it as a hobby.
yeah.
I'm very blessed to have picked up that as a hobby because it's so useful today.
Oh, that's so amazing.
uh, yeah, very lucky. Um, but yeah, it's like even at the very least, I'd be able to share advice on how to set it up, how to design it, how to like plan even the build of it.
Wow.
But yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think my biggest challenge right now is not the overwhelm of ideas, but it's the business part of it. Like
Okay.
monetizing it, making money from it. I find that very difficult to actually do. Like even um, to execute the ideas that I have.
Okay. So
And
give me an example, just so I get a better understanding of that. What specific part of that would you find tricky?
um, like I do a lot of stuff on YouTube now, like promoting a little bit and just sharing my ideas. But
Yeah.
like in between, I kind of need to do the all editing and stuff like that to make that available for the public. And I noticed that like the editing is kind of fun at the beginning, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm lazy. I'll do something else. Then I'm kind of like dropping my interest upon that, and
Huh.
then I'm constantly like shouting out new ideas and like diving into new possibilities. It has taught me very much, but it's kind of you kind of need to work at these like very unrespectful. And I'm kind of
Yeah.
like looking for people who like to build, like actually like this idea, do it, and I'm like all over the place.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. Okay. So what did you mean by like the business side in terms of monetization? Is that more in designing the pricing models and the monetization models or
um,
executing?
well, a lot of it's money block. Um, Me having trouble to ask money for my services.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that's truly a big one for me because there's so much trauma there in that level.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and yeah. And the other one, what I noticed, I find it difficult to make packages. So this is the package that I offer. This is the price that we will give. This is what you will get.
Yeah.
And I noticed that I'm like, I want to help them constantly, without just actually making one clear, bounded package.
Mhm.
And yeah, I kind of need to help with that as well.
That's interesting because I hit similar challenges. So I always used to say I hate money. I always used to say I hate money. And this is actually not even long ago. Like a friend called this like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and she's like, "Oh, that's something for you to look into." And I was like, okay." And she mentioned something that really clicked with me.
Now it just froze. Apparently, I wasn't allowed to notice.
Hello.
Yeah, now I just heard something again.
So yes, sorry, my internet has been jittery today.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I hear you, but I don't see the new image of you just yet.
Oh, okay, it should come through.
So it'll be
I
fine.
can turn it off and turn it on. We'll see if that goes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Where did you lose me?
About the thing that really clicked for you regarding those money,
Oh,
like the friend of yours or
okay.
the girl
Yes,
asked
yes,
something.
yes, yes. So she said, see money as an exchange of value. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, that's interesting because I hate money because I see some people chasing it and it destroys some people's lives, or I hated it rather. But when I then applied it to my own work, my own thoughts, I was like, okay, yeah, I believe I'm providing a lot of value. There's loads of value here. Okay, now let me look at it from the value point of view, and let me just assign a monetary value that represents the actual value that I'm providing. And I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. I feel a lot more comfortable putting these price tags on these products now. I don't know if that helps in any way, but I found that really helped for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of I'm growing, like getting better and better at it. Like I'm paying more for
Yeah,
my apartment. I'm getting some money in, but yeah, it's it's
yeah,
it's a tricky one. Like even when
yeah,
for me, often when I speak with people within my old community, because it was very poor community, then I feel myself like um, not wanting to lose them and keep being
yeah,
poor for like having that connection with them.
yeah,
Like for me, it's
yeah,
somewhere in that commitment level.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but thank you for sharing.
Oh, no worries. Oh. Yeah, no, most important thing is knowing that you can grow and get past it, because then you'll see the doors open before you. Um, but yeah, it's it's beautiful growing and overcoming these challenges.
Such a strange world it
uh,
is.
yeah, life. Yeah, indeed. But yeah, in regards to like the packages, just test out different ones and see how people react and see how comfortable they are with it. And they'll have questions. Well, I don't know if you dive into like user experiences and like UX research, but the best thing in terms of feedback isn't asking people what they think, or even analyzing how they use certain products. It's making note of every single question they ask. Every single question they ask is by far the most insightful thing. And if and when they ask questions around the pricing model, what it includes, or can it include this, or can I also get this, that they're the clearest indicators of positive, effective edits that you can make.
That's a good one. Based on the questions. Oh, that's nice. I just
Wait,
finished
question.
my yeah. Just finished another course, and I can like rewatch that and then filter out all of the questions. That's a good one. Thank you.
Mm, no worries, no worries. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Like and yeah, what exactly is the plan, the idea? Like in the ideal situation, I kind of like really want to focus on sales marketing part massively, so I can like have a budget for like hiring people like you in certain like this is what I kind of expect. Uh, I don't want to do that real like free because if you would offer it, because I don't really want to like because if I'm paying you 10K, then it's worth me asking that price on my side as well.
Yeah, yeah. No, I see that. As in that all depends on the level of the work, to be honest. Uh,
Sure,
yeah, yeah,
but it's just a general concept because I'm within the Mind Valley community. There are a lot of people who want to do stuff for free from their good heart, and I like that as well. But it's kind of keeping us down.
yeah. I agree. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it does come down to this perception of money in the end, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
and we're
I do
getting
agree
out
with
of
you
that,
there.
but it will be the combination of the spirituality and the acceptance of the money, like the value
Yeah.
exchange, basically. It's just value
Yes.
exchange.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
One of the ones that I really like is every interaction with money will create more wealth. Because
Mm.
if I sell you something from 10K, or if I'm paying you 10K, then I'm kind of suspecting to have a product that's worth 50K for me.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
based on that interaction, we're creating more wealth.
Yeah. That's a really beautiful way to look at it. Say that line again, because I want to make note of that.
Well, I have it recorded, so I'll send you later. I'll like video edit
Oh
it and
yes,
everything.
yes,
But
awesome, awesome. Okay, yes, awesome. That was a beautiful line. Every interaction. Yeah, I like that. Uh,
like,
I'm the absolute sucker for like a good quote because I just think it embodies so much, so much.
yeah. Like I love making quotes or experiencing quotes. Let me say it differently.
Yeah, 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 100%.
Oh, so much fun. Oh,
Oh, cool.
it, it,
Okay, so
yeah.
go on. Because you can say
It's
something.
so funny to because within the Mind Valley community, there's a lot of females, and the interaction that I have with a female is way different comparison to an interaction with a male. It's kind of interesting to see that um, differential.
Okay. What would you say is the biggest difference there, or most
Um,
noticeable?
Focus on the future instead of focusing on the past.
Oh, interesting.
You're like, okay, but what would that mean for this? What would that mean for this? Like, let's get into this one. And I'm also like talking in the future. This is what we can
Yeah,
create. And you're not really
yeah.
asking about, okay, but what kind of hardship did you experience in the past? And a
Mm.
lot of females are in that part. As in, tell me about those emotions. Like, no, 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 go, go. Like, emasculate.
Yeah,
And that's kind of like
yeah,
connected to the whole um, yin yang idea and masculine and feminine. Like
yeah.
everything is included in that.
That's really interesting. I haven't noticed that, but now that you mention it, I can see that too. Huh. Yeah. Yeah.
This is one of the insights that I kind of had, or
That's really cool. No, as in even the people I'm picturing him, yes, definitely. Definitely. There is a lean in that direction. Huh. Very cool. Thank you for sharing
of
that.
course.
Cool.
Well,
Yeah, it's pretty funny because my next question I was about to ask it just reinforces this. So, what are the next steps for this, and what do you see as the next challenge that you face, and what is like the next immediate step that you're going to take that I could potentially even like if I have contacts that can help with like yeah, what are both?
like a very short term. Um, like if you let me let us publicize this message that we just had,
Yeah,
and let's actively share it in social media at like platforms, like on
yeah,
our YouTube channel as well. But I'll ask other people. Um, because I think there's a lot of value here within this idea and just like this moment of knowledge.
yeah.
So the approval
Totally fine with me,
that's
by the way. Yeah,
sorry.
that's cool. Yeah, that's totally fine with me, by the way. Yeah, that's totally
Nice,
yeah.
thank you.
Cool.
Um, and the other one, I would love to have you in the cohort of creating your second brain. Um,
Okay. Give me details about that. So, like, what's the time commitment? When is it?
yeah, it will start the 26th of February. We will be in a group and there will be a live session um, 1, 2, maybe 3 times a day. Kind of depends if someone's kind of left out in the possibilities, because I will send you guys a form as in which dates are you able to join, and then you can join.
Oh, yeah.
Because I kind of want to serve everyone within that group.
Yeah.
And then the other one, yeah. So sorry. 26th of February, there will be recorded information, as in instructions, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, stuff like that. Like very
Yeah.
similar to Mind Valley Community,
Yeah.
that you can watch. It will be like maximally each video or each day one video of max 5
Okay.
minutes. That's
Okay.
really the max, but probably it will be 3, 4, maybe 5 a week.
Okay.
Watch that Discord community, and that's about it.
Okay. Well, I'll happily try and make my best to make that happen. Whenever it fits in with my timetable. Let me just check. You said the first call's on the 26th.
Yeah, the 26th we will start, but I don't know a time and date for the live session, because I kind of want to
Okay.
give out a poll, as in when can you like join?
Yes.
And then have 3 different ones if needed.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, send me the details, and I'll do my absolute best to join because it would be very interesting to go through it because it'll even give me a better idea how the whole system would look.
Yeah.
Um.
And it will be a 4 week, by the way.
Okay.
4 week
March.
container.
That's currently quite open. My April is where it'll be tricky, but March. Okay, maybe it was meant to be. It looks like it could work.
Nice. Good.
Yeah, send the details and I will just block out the dates as they come in if they're free on my calendar.
Thank you. Like any other things? Like I think the biggest service that you can have for me is to give your like honest feedback on like within that cohort. Is in you can tune upon this one, we can automate that one. That would be really amazing to really like chip tune that whole process, because the idea is now to do 15 and then later on 50 and then 100, like increasing those
Yeah. More than happy to give feedback. Yeah. I completely understand how valuable constructive feedback is. Whenever I I've launched some new products even over the past year, and feedback. But although remember again, the most powerful feedback are the questions you get. So every time you get a question, note it down, and whenever you get multiple questions that are exactly the same, then you know that's absolutely critical.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, then you need to like include that into your course, basically.
Exactly,
Sort of thing.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very
Yeah.
good one.
Mm, yeah. So all the sessions you said there'll be 3 to 5 minute live
No.
videos.
Recorded.
Okay.
So I recorded beforehand, and then I posted on those dates, and then people can just
Oh,
see it in the Discord community.
I see. Okay.
It's like
Oh, that's okay. So
making the resistance as low as possible.
yes. Okay. You said Discord.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. So there'll be channels to share feedback.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that's about it.
Cool. Sounds good to me. I'm more than happy to help wherever I can. The whole project sounds beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so at least I'll post this one online because that will be amazing. And other than that, I don't know. Perhaps we can kind of like tune in 2 weeks or something like that. As in, hey, how's it going? What kind of new processes are there? Are there
Oh
new
yeah.
things?
Yeah. Have to do that.
So
Yeah.
that would be really amazing.
Yeah.
You can use the same link. Yeah, you had general call, so you can do
Cool.
that.
Cool.
And then, like, I'm really looking forward to create all of this.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm looking
I'm
forward to
like,
seeing how. Yeah, the big thing for me is just understanding what the product foundation will look like, because then I can envision how loads of different possibilities would look. So yeah, these calls would be really interesting to see how you set up the Notion framework and even the Obsidian and yeah, my creative mind will go to some very very cool places. I know it always does.
yeah. And how amazing would it be if everyone within the Mind Valley community has this software or this understanding? Like your
Yeah,
processing skill through some quests will like tenfold, hundredfold,
yeah,
just because you kind of collected all of those insights, all of those knowledges.
yes, definitely. Do you have a name for it? Do you have a name for the whole project?
AIM,
AIM, AIM.
AIIM, Action Information Insight Management.
Nice. Okay, I like
And I'm
information insights management. Okay.
just today, but it doesn't really sound that beautifully. Well, I kind of added the B as in the belief system management. What kind of beliefs do you currently hold to be true in the world? And map that out. Ah, yeah, there we are again.
Yeah, that cut out. Sorry, I heard you say you're going to add in the B for belief, and then I cut
Yeah.
off. Can you?
The B for belief system, as in
Yes.
like mapping out the belief systems that you have that you presume to be true in the world. And it's
Yeah.
kind of connected to insight management, but from like a different perspective.
Yes.
Then we can actually, because like people don't agree or don't discuss on belief systems, but they discuss on like agreement and true or not true. But if we can shift that into belief systems,
Yeah.
then you can have a really in-depth conversation without all of the noise of the physical reality.
I like that. Okay. Yeah, because one thing I did last year was I made a list of everything that I assume is a fact. Like what my mind was programmed to believe was true. My preconditioned mind, even down to how I saw gravity and time. Which is funny because that led me on a whole journey of understanding time. So I'm writing a book on time right now. Yeah, and it's honestly I came up with this theory of time which is just ridiculous, and I can't wait to get it out there. It'll be like later this year, but Yeah, no, I completely click with what you're saying. We have so many preconditioned facts that our mind has been programmed with through all our experiences, and so difficult to pinpoint them when you kind of just see it as your reality.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's it's a big one, but it's possible. I notice it more and
yeah,
more.
definitely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Great
Okay.
conversation. Thank you very much.
No, thank you for your time. This has been beautiful. I'm looking forward to seeing how AIM turns out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Such a strange world it is. Staying humble and yet propel ourselves forward so many times.
Yeah. I heard a really cool quote from a monk last year. I spent a week in a monastery, and they said, "Humility with confidence. Humility with confidence. You need a balance of both." And I was like, "Yes, that makes sense. Definitely."
Really
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Okay,
Great.
I'm gonna have to nip to get ready for another call, but
Perfect. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed it.
just please send the notes for this meeting because I want to take out a few quotes that you shared.
It will be just
And
a recorded one, just a recorded video without any like details, but I'll send it to you and then
okay,
you will
cool.
process it.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well,
Enjoy your
Tim,
day.
hope you have a beautiful day.
Same to you. Bye bye.
See you, buddy. Bye bye.